when you're going through menopause, you lose a bit of yourself and you actually fall out of love with yourself. So it's really important that the people around you actually understand what's going on and actually give you that support that you need.
The menopause is an issue for UNISON in particular, because we have a gender profile of 75% of all of our members. That's 1 million women. I'll repeat that. 1 million women across the UK who are members of UNISON will go through menopause at some stage. And at the moment, the narrative around menopause is very, very limited. So this is a perfect example of us being able to provide workplace justice and support and advice and guidance.
Menopause is a real demographic time bomb. 13 million women in the UK are currently going through menopause. Within our workforce, we know approximately 61% of them are going through menopause. We can see through the data that that's impacting on their performance, on their ability to attend work, their ability to remain in work. And I think as an employer, we actually have to show that we actually care and that we are actually willing to support them.
My menopause journey began in 2018, and I work for UNISON, and part of my job is not mansplaining but mainstream equality, and I attended a Wales TUC event launching their Wales TUC toolkit on menopause, and I have to say it had the most profound effect on me. I thought I needed to get to work to talk to our employers. So first on my list was Karen at Velindre in July 2018, and what a journey we started.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one. Here I was having a male full-time officer coming to talk to me about the menopause. I wasn't familiar with the TUC work. I was familiar with menopause. I was, well, still am experiencing menopause. It suddenly became very relatable, and I realised this isn't just a personal issue for me and for women. This was actually a workplace issue, and I really wanted to engage and actually do something to break down those taboos and actually make everyone's experience of menopause as positive as it can be. And I think because I'm coming at it from the perspective as someone going through it, I actually understand the impact it has on my husband, on my son, on my workplace colleagues, and even my family members, even my social life. So it is actually not a gender issue. This is something that crosses all boundaries, and we've really got to break down the taboo. Some of my colleagues engaged with me who are already in menopause as well. So I had, good, sensible people who could contribute to a policy that actually made sense, and basically managers could pick it up and actually relate to it. Because I have seen menopause policies where they're very big, bulky documents. A manager picks it up, sees the word menopause, is turned off, and puts it away, never to look at it again.
Yeah, and I think one of the important messages for everybody at Flushfest is that this document then was agreed in partnership. So it wasn't just imposed on staff or on trade unions. It was done really, really collaboratively, and helpfully then out of this document then flowed a number of fantastic initiatives like training for managers and general awareness for all staff. And of course, why we're here today, which is Menopause Cafe.
Menopause Cafe is really important because it's been a good forum to actually allow our employees to come along and engage in conversations about menopause, to share their stories, their experiences, hints and tips in terms of what's working for them, what's not, trying to get signposting to good information. It's all been really, really positive, and I think the feedback I get is, thank you for doing this, thank you for listening, thank you for actually realising this is a plight and we need help.
Yeah, that's exactly the same experience that I've had with UNISON members throughout Velindre, that Menopause Cafe has singly been one of the most important opportunities for them to talk about menopause for the very first time. Often haven't even spoken to their own partners or even members of their of their own families. And I've been humbled, I think is probably the right word, about how people have been able to share their stories with men and women in the room. It's not designed just for one or the other, and it's really made a huge difference.
It has, and I think when you actually bring men into the equation and they attend the cafes, it just changes the whole dynamic of the event. And I think it's actually been more powerful than actually going out and delivering training on menopause, because I think managers who attend these sessions actually hear firsthand from employees the impact that it has on them as an individual and the impact on them in the workplace. And I think they then get it, and I think they then go away and actually become more compassionate managers.
Yeah. And as a number of people said to us, more compassionate husbands, understanding husbands, partners, brothers, cousins, best friends as well.